Here for the shenanigans. The shenanigans. The shenanigans. Sha-la-la-la. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm here for the shenanigans. Welcome back to another episode in the series I like to call Never Have I Ever. If you've been here a long time, you know the intro. I apologize if you've never been here before. Welcome to my channel. This is a series where I go to fast food places, drive-thrus, restaurants, any place that sells a product, and I try it. I'm usually trying the things, like the title says, that I've never ever tried before. It either contains ingredients or components that I hate. Fast food fish, mustard. Maybe it's a restaurant that I go to frequently and I know my order. Why am I changing it up? Why after 29 years am I gonna try the extra spicy, I'll see you later on the toilet meatball sub from a mom and pop shop that I've never inquired about? That's something that we would try on this series. Today for Never Have I Ever, you can tell by the title, we're doing Krispy Kreme! Krispy Kreme! Krispy Kreme! Don't they have a theme song? That's not in my research.
I'm a donut nut, I'm a donut nut, I'm a nut for Krispy Kreme.
I liked my song better. Krispy Kreme, Krispy Kreme. If you've never heard of Krispy Kreme, let me fill you in at the beginning of these episodes before we go and try the food. I like to tell you the fun facts. I like to do a little bit of research. I got 3 pages here. Buckle in. Krispy Kreme, if you don't know, is an American donut company and coffee house chain. We'll get into the coffee, because I think that last part, coffee house, that's a pretty loose term. Imagine you're back in time. It's July 13th, 1937. It's midnight. You're in Nashville, Tennessee. You're walking the streets, okay? Maybe you're coming out the bars. You're drunk. You're walking your butt home after 7 tequila sodas and 3 girls turning you down for their numbers. Okay, maybe you just worked the late night shift at your own job and you're heading home. You want a hot meal and a cozy bed and no more customers yelling at you. You're walking down the street and you smell a smell. You smell a smell, and you get directed to this building. The lights are on, it's midnight, someone's in there working. It smells so good. You're knocking on the door. You said, what are you making? You're baking some. It smells like fresh dough. Fresh dough in the form of a donut. Can I please, sir, have one? Whatever you're making, I'll pay top dollar. I just left my job and I got a paycheck. How much do you need? I got $2.55 on my paycheck. I don't work that many shifts. But what you're smelling is a hot, fresh, glazed donut, okay? And the smell is so good, it compels you to stop into this building and you ask if you can buy one off this guy. Who's this guy? His name's Vernon Rudolph. He's 22 years old. He was making the donuts at night to sell directly to grocery stores. That's what he did. Had donuts, sold them to grocery stores. And then he had so many random people walking in, asking him for donuts between midnight and 4 a.m. when he would make them, that he literally cut a hole in the side of the wall of the building he was working out of to sell them directly to people as they were walking by. He was making these donuts from a secret, until this day, still secret, recipe. It was a yeast raised donut recipe that he had gotten off of a New Orleans French chef. Now, did he win this recipe in a poker game? Maybe. Undisclosed. Who knows what happens with recipes in the middle of the night? They're a secret. Maybe they get passed over with a note, like 2 schoolgirls in the hallway. Maybe you win it over a poker game. Maybe you say, I got a recipe, it's a secret. And the other person goes, I got a recipe, it's also a secret. And then they go, I'll trade you. Anyways, Vernon cut this hole in the wall of this building that he was renting. Imagine renting a building and you just cut a hole in the side of it and start a company, a business, a shop. You need permits and whatnot. Well, it is 1937. Still, Vernon, 22 years old, doesn't know the repercussions of his own actions. I know he didn't get that safety deposit back. And what was Vernon doing in Nashville, Tennessee? So originally, Vernon was working with his brother and his uncle in a grocery store that sold donuts in Kentucky. The grocery store wasn't doing good. So Vernon and his uncle moved to Nashville because it was a bigger city, way more popular, poppin'. People definitely walk in the streets at midnight. And they moved there just to do donuts. Sell these donuts to grocery stores. And then people would just stop in. And he's like, there's something going on here. Like, this is a business in itself. You know when the business just happens to you? Isn't that funny? You know when the multi-million, billion-dollar business that just happens upon you? You're like, I'm over here just trying to get my job done. People are bugging me. People want to give me their money. They're throwing me 20s and stealing a donut. I might as well just start a company. It's practically a nuisance at this point. Yeah, so he started his business, known as Krispy Kreme. Now, the first donut store opened in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, not Nashville, Tennessee. And he only did that because Vernon's favorite cigarette company, Camel Cigarettes, was headquartered in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Even back in 1937, could he have gotten the cigarettes somewhere else besides the headquarters? Probably. Again, Vernon's not really putting that much thought into it. He goes, I'm making donuts, these people are bugging me. I'll sell them the donuts. Okay, I like to smoke. I gotta chain smoke something at 5 a.m. when I'm done making the donuts. I'm gonna open it here. We're starting to peel back the layers of Vernon's mind. Now, by the 1940s, there was a small chain of restaurants, mostly family-owned. Each store followed the Krispy Kreme recipe, the secret recipe. But Everyone had to make it from scratch. So they just followed the recipe, So all of them are coming out a little different. They're too inconsistent. Vernon and like his team, whoever he had to do it, they built like a central location, a mix plant, and developed a distribution system that delivered the dry mix to each store. Then everything will be consistent. Then he had equipment engineers invent donut machines so that part was also consistent. Basically what I got from all this is that Vernon Rudolph is a control freak. The conveyor belt machine that they like built or whatever, I don't know if they invented it. It's called the Ring King, and an updated version of that machine they still use today. In the 1960s, they had steady growth in the southeast part of the U.S. So, is it over here? Southeast. Are we looking at the same map? Flip the map. Okay, so Vernon dies in 1973. So the growth of the company slows down because we know he's a control freak. Sounds like it. So I think he was pretty much in control, overseeing everything. So when he dies, the company slows down. The company ends up getting sold off to Beatrice Foods. Beatrice? Oh, and it gets sold off in 1976. So for 3 years, they were kind of like struggling, being like, Vernon usually handles everything. What do we do? In 1982, a small group of early franchisees owners bought it back from them. And they renewed their focus on the company to be all about the hot donut experience. That was the number one priority, the hot glazed donuts. We'll get into it. It's very much what Krispy Kreme is. 1992, they started putting these neon signs in the Krispy Kreme locations, and it was a sign that when turned on, it would say hot donuts now. And it literally meant that they were just taking fresh donuts off the fryer. So if you were driving by and you saw the sign light up, you were literally getting the most fresh hot donuts. Run, don't walk to Krispy Kreme. Get in a car if you can. They just kept expanding across the U.S. Big mile markers. 1996, they opened a Krispy Kreme in New York. In 1999, they opened a Krispy Kreme in California. 1997 was their 60th birthday of the company, and they were recognized as an American icon in the National Museum of American History. Vernon made a company that was so significant enough and popular and like a phenomenon. They got into the Museum of American History. 2001, the first Canadian store opened in Toronto. In 2003, they opened stores in Australia. Why did I say it like that? Australia and London. They sold 1.6 billion donuts. Sold in 2022. A location makes about 22,000 a day. That can't be right. 22,000 donuts a day. Location makes donuts and then they like sell them locally to a grocery store. That seems like a lot. I don't know, but if you don't make 22,000 a day, you're never going to hit 1.6 billion sold. We'll take it at that. They said they sell a lot. I really thought this was cute on their website. It says their mission, to make the most awesome donuts on the planet every single day. Again, that sounds like something Vernon said when he was 22. You know, selling them out the hole in the wall. The taglines, they had a couple. I think they like change them depending on what their marketing thing is. Hot now and anytime. I'm assuming they're talking about the donuts. Maybe Vernon was talking about himself. I'm hot now and anytime. You're like, Vernon, calm down. Their other tagline is just original glazed donuts. That was the tagline. Our main product, our number one priority, and our tagline. Now, the name Krispy Kreme, I couldn't find a direct answer of why he called it Krispy Kreme. It's supposed to be like a sensational spelling of the words Krispy Kreme spelled with the C's instead of the K's. But I don't get what the Krispy Kreme, it's not a crispy donut, and it's not a cream donut. It's a glazed, soft donut. I personally don't get it. I'm not connecting the dots. And that's fine. I guess I don't need to know. The logo, look at the logo. It hasn't changed much over the years. Really hasn't. Apparently, it's supposed to look like a bow tie. It was made and designed by Benny Dinkins. Benny Dinkins! That's a good name. He's an architect. I think it's a little outdated, personally, the Krispy Kreme logo. But it's a classic. At least we got away from the 80s logo because that one looked like a gas station. The colors of the brand are red, white, and green. They're known for the green tiled roofs on the buildings. Green tiled roofs. Here's things I couldn't find out. I don't know. They're not on the internet. There's no clear-cut answer. The mascot. I don't know who this is, but I think it is so unsettling. I don't like the placement of the face. I realized after looking at it, I was like, why is the green in the middle? Why couldn't they just cut out the middle? I'm like, there's a human person in there. That's a body. They used to wear these paper hats. I know you can like sometimes get them from them. Like they're fun gimmicks, like how Burger King has the crown. I couldn't find why they wear the hats or how that started or I couldn't find it. They keep you saying the words original glazed donut. Were they the first ever to do a glazed donut? I could not find that information. I just Googled like who invented the glazed donut and it looked like it was some guy on a boat. Something, I don't know. Whenever they say original glazed donut, I think they're saying like original recipe. They're not the first. They're still making their version of the original glazed donut for them. That's very sneaky kind of smart marketing to make it the original glazed donut. They've said that they have not changed the recipe. And then I read somewhere that the recipe might contain mashed potatoes. That literally might be the secret ingredient. Mashed potatoes? When they put the sugar glaze, it goes under like a waterfall machine. It also says the donuts take about an hour to make from start to finish. These are more random facts. Krispy Kreme once sold pizza? Movies and TV. You've seen Krispy Kreme donuts featured on a coffee mug or the logo or the donuts itself in Sex and the City. At least 4 episodes. That 70s show, the movie Josie and the Pussycats. That pretty much sums it up. Now, my experience with Krispy Kreme, if your mouth is not watering, it should be. There is really nothing like that hot, fresh glazed donut. And it melts in your mouth. It is one of like the softest melt-away donuts I've ever had. Other places treat a regular glazed donut like that's like the throwaway one. No one really cares. You know, everyone wants like a specialty donut. No. This is the reason we came to Krispy Kreme, is for that donut. It's something I literally think everyone should try. Krispy Kreme's glazed donut is an iconic donut. Kids in school would bring them in for their birthday. And it did make the day special. I was like, we're getting Krispy Kreme donuts later? After recess? There's like sugar crystallized on my face trying to do math problems. I can't even see the numbers. I'm so hopped up on sugar. Listen, I've talked about it so much. Let's go try some Krispy Kreme donuts! Donuts! I should have written the theme song. Where was I back in 1937? Could have been kicking it with Vernon. Throwing donuts out the window. Yeah. I'm having 3 flashback memories of me going to Krispy Kreme like myself. Not just like a dozen showed up at our house. One was a post sleepover. We went to Krispy Kreme. It was this girl's birthday party. It was a birthday party like in a hotel room. We designed pillowcases. Oh my God, it was so much fun. We went to Krispy Kreme in the morning. One time I'm pretty sure, I don't know if they do it anymore, but if you brought your report card and had like all A's, you'd get a free donut. So I remember doing that one time, and then I also went another time where I was like, I'm gonna go try the coffee because I heard they have coffee there, and I was disappointed. Why am I nervous? I even have a printout of the donuts I think that I want to try. Is the light on? No, the light's not on. Does that mean that they're not fresh? You have the blueberry cake, one of the raspberry and vanilla, one of the caramel mocha lattes iced. Okay, perfect. Thank you. They have nothing. What is that about? Cool. Thank you. Sorry for bugging you. Have a good one. Okay, I did drive home in silence. With my thoughts because what was that? Also, I got a scored a paper hat. They did have those. Why does it only fit on my butt? Is my head too fat? My head's legitimately too fat to fit. Pull out to your head size. I can pull this part out? Oh my God, adjustable paper hat. It says this is the rear. Oh, now it fits! This would fall off. You'd have to like super glue this to my head if I worked there. What can I get you? Now that I know that they adjust to your head size, they got a couple of brownie points back. Oh, but then it doesn't fold nicely. Oh, it's like tissue paper. Okay. So I ended up just getting a half dozen because of reasons that we'll get into. But this is their packaging. This box has literally been the same since I was a child. Little dots on there. Very cute. This is the cup. I rolled up and I thought this was how I was going to go. I was going to get a dozen donuts, a bunch of the ones that I wanted to try, and then the rest glazed. I'd bring them home, like whatever. It's going to be more than 6, but less than 12. Either fill in the box or are you going to charge me for the box? Who knows? I had a list of donuts I wanted to try. I tested the waters. I said, can I get a Dr. Pepper donut? That's part of this new rollout. They like just dropped. Yeah, they had it. I said, all right, let me try my luck. It also said that you guys were rolling out pumpkin spice stuff. Didn't see any of that on this board. He's like, no, we don't have any of that. Okay, so then I'll just start going off the board. And then I start looking at the things, and they have like this creme brulee donut. They have like the strawberry vanilla eclair, whatever. He's like, no, we don't have any of that. We switched all that out for like the Dr. Pepper ones. So you're not doing the pumpkin spice like the website said, but also these boards are wrong. Okay, it might have just been, this is the first day, the second day, the boards aren't changed yet, the graphics didn't come in. Okay, but what is my luck that everything I'm asking for you don't have? Supposedly, if you go on Uber Eats, because I was looking on Uber Eats trying to see what this location had, so I didn't roll up like a big dum-dum. There were so many coffee options on the Uber Eats. I said, oh, I don't see the pumpkin ones. Everything else kind of looks plain Jane. I see a caramel mocha iced latte. I get a caramel mocha from Dunkin'. That's my go-to coffee order. He goes, oh, we can't do, he's like, we don't have lattes, we only have coffee. I'm sorry, isn't the difference milk or something? The difference is not huge. So, okay, I was like, well, I could just do an iced coffee then. He's like, okay. They don't have what they said they have. They don't have the new stuff, and they didn't have stuff for lattes. Okay, and then I rolled up, and I was like, I remember this guy. I remember this guy from like a year and a half ago when I was here trying their coffee one time. I felt like I was bugging him back then, and I'm still bugging him now. He seems like too cool to be working there. He seems very done with the place. But I still got hope that this tastes good. So what did I end up getting? And then I just coughed on them. I got 2 original glazed, oh my gosh, how do I hold this? Ow! They need to put like a little bump on the bottom so you can open it up. 2 original glazed donuts. I got a lemon filled, like a raspberry filled, I believe, and then a cinnamon roll donut. Cinnamon roll donut. The website made it seem like they've always been doing that. I've never seen that. And then I got one of the Dr. Pepper newer Dr. Pepper donuts. This is a new flavor. Let's start it off with the coffee that I got. Caramel mocha iced coffee. The last time I had their coffee was not great. I said maybe I could start going to Krispy Kreme for a little coffee in the morning. That'd be great. And you totally redeemed yourself. This is amazing. Did he make this? What the? Hey, now. This is pretty good. I mean, like, it's sugary and sweet. But, like, the base of the coffee, it's different than Dunkin' or a Starbucks. It feels like a little house blend coffee. Where was that coffee a year and a half ago when I went there? Maybe that's the trick. Don't get it in a nice latte. Just get a flavored coffee from them. Flavored iced coffee. Whoa, okay. You know what? A couple of mishaps. That was just to turn you off. Now they're gonna turn it around. Let's try the original glazed donut. A little shiny. And then the bottom, you can tell it like went through the thing, the glazed donut waterfall thing, because the bottom's a little So soft, melts in your mouth. Sometimes you eat a donut and it's a little tough to work with. It's still bread, it's still edible, but you're like, you gotta drink it with coffee, you gotta drink it with some milk. These melt in your mouth. They easily flatten. You ever seen people eating like a Krispy Kreme like donut challenge where they try and eat a bunch of these? They just flatten them out. Nice and airy on the inside. They've always tasted like that. They always will taste like that. They're reliable. They're fantastic. They just do it good. So the glaze is like sealed on there. Can you see how it's like spiderwebbed effect? Because you're like cracking the glaze off. Now, if that was hot, if that was like fresh off the line, it tastes fresh. I feel like the thing about the Krispy Kreme glazed donuts is that they always taste fresh all day long. I'm sure like the batch they made in the morning at the very end of the day wouldn't taste fresh anymore. But these were probably made 2-3 hours ago. They taste fantastic. They're just not the temperature hot. These are all essentially the same donuts. That's what I'm seeing now. I could have gotten like a chocolate version. That would just been chocolate frosting. Again, I can only go into these episodes with my own experience. That was how the drive-thru was. It just happened to be the day they're changing the signs and they don't have this and it's not, whatever. Did I know that all the donuts were going to pretty much look the same? No, I did not. I didn't even think about it. This is another glazed. I didn't realize that they glazed all of them. Like, this is a glazed donut filled with lemon. Why did I just think it was a lemon donut? That's how they get you, is this dang glaze. Okay. Little tangy little lemon in there. Hold on, I didn't really get any of the lemon. There's only a small little pocket. Where are they also putting the lemon in? Like the puncture hole? Did I eat from the puncture hole? That's a pretty good little lemon. That's a pretty good little lemon. That's like a little lemon meringue type of. See the little lemon pocket in there? I always think if they're gonna jelly fill, raspberry fill, there always needs to be more filling. That's why they had to make triple, double stuffed, quadruple stuffed Oreos. Because people want more of the filling. We're here for the filling! They should have a literally donut shop just called Fillings. Everything is smothered stuffed to the brim with filling. Or you could just fill your own donuts. And they just weigh them. Or they just like somehow weigh the bags. So they know how much filling you took. Did I just come up with a brand new spanking new idea for a business? Yes. This is a very nice lemon though. It's like better than a lemon bar lemon. Like I don't know, it's very good. It's not in your face. It's not super soury. Nice little lemon. That's fun. I like that one. I need water. We have to space this out with lots of water. Comment down below if you guys have been to Krispy Kreme, if I've convinced you that you somehow time in your life needed to stop at a Krispy Kreme, especially if the light's on. I don't care if you're coming home from a world tour, you're a little pop star, and you're in the Uber on the way home and you're finally gonna make, you haven't seen your bed in 6 months. And, oh, is the light on for the hot donuts at the Krispy Kreme? Pull over. I'll buy you a dozen, him a dozen, everybody in here a dozen. We just need to stop by. This is a cinnamon roll donut. Now usually a cinnamon roll has like its own icing, like a hot cinnamon roll icing. I wonder how this would taste hot. You know what? It's a lot of cinnamon, but it's a very much welcomed turn of the original glazed donut. Add a little bit of cinnamon. And the cinnamon's like baked in. You can see someone was back there curling this donut up because look at the pockets. Like they were twisting that bread around. That's a pretty interesting idea. Pretty thin donut though. It is really airy the more that I look at it. There's not much to it. It's weird in a donut because like a cinnamon roll is like that thick, tall, pastry wrapped. Like there's like a lot to a cinnamon roll. There's not much to that. It's literally just like it looks like a bunch of tunnels. I ate the sidewall out of this tunnel maze thing they got going on. Cinnamon roll is a lot thicker on the dough so that the cinnamon is like dispersed through it. This is a lot of cinnamon because there's not a lot of dough holding it up. If I was allergic to cinnamon, this would put you in. You'd go to the hospital and you'd be like, she's allergic to cinnamon. They're like, what did she have? They're like, a cinnamon roll donut. And you're like, first of all, why? Why would you? It's in the name. Okay, we'll still treat her. They're like, from where? And they're like, Krispy Kreme. Like, not Krispy Kreme. It's literally all cinnamon. It's all cinnamon. Why would you do that? Double whammy. You're dumb. The world gave you this allergy for a reason, to test you, and you're failing constantly. I would say the cinnamon holds up the donut. The donut's not holding up the cinnamon. No. I'm surprised there's not a whole cinnamon stick in here. That'd be cute to put like 2 little cinnamon sticks on top. Just saying. Let's try, I think it's like a raspberry-filled donut. That's more of a classic. Again, glazed. Not gonna lie, getting a little tired of the glazed. I never thought I would say that. I like the original glazed donut. You don't have to glaze everything. Not everything has to be glazed. You guys could just, what does the donut taste like when it's not glazed? I think it would be fine. It's not like Frank's Red Hot sauce or whatever that is. Like, you don't have to put that shit on everything. Let's try it, though. Oh my god, that's like a deep raspberry. Look how dark that is. It's really not, it's very off center. Oh my god. That is such a dark, rich raspberry on there. It's like a syrup. It's not like a jam. I think they just call it raspberry filled. Not raspberry jam, not filling. Oh my gosh, that's such a great flavor. It's like borderline in cherry territory. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. If they would evenly space it out within the donut. You still have to do the Dr. Pepper one, and I'm telling you, I'm done. I'm done with the glazed. I just don't want it anymore. Oh my gosh. Okay. Here's the Dr. Pepper donut. Now, this one actually has like a frosting on it. I don't know what this little medallion is. Was this milk chocolate Dr. Pepper logo? Oh, I don't have that well. Okay, it's like a little white chocolatey, like the chocolate they put on pretzels is not really chocolate. It's like those things that they're like melt away things. Kind of tastes like that. Tastes a little. It's really soft and easily breakable, but it tastes a little old. Tastes like it'd been sitting out in air for a long time. You know what I'm talking about? It does kind of taste like a small town bakery though. Those chocolates that like a little mom and shop bakery would have. I like that they added that at least. Like they put a little Dr. Pepper logo on it, I guess. The sprinkles are the exact Dr. Pepper colors. Like that's a distinct red on there. Is this supposed to be Dr. Pepper flavored frosting? No, I mean, but it kind of tastes like, it's very, that's a distinct frosting. A little chemical frosting. That might be the sprinkles. Does it taste like Dr. Pepper? It tastes, when you crack a Dr. Pepper bottle, a bottle of Dr. Pepper, when you crack it open and like the air kind of smells like that fresh, cracked, fizzy fuzz of the Dr. Pepper. Are we all on board? Tastes like the smell of a fresh cracked Dr. Pepper. If you love Dr. Pepper, are you gonna like that? I don't know. Probably not. You could see right through that. Interesting. Also, like, no napkins. Let me get all the sugar off my face. Here's my overall conclusion, because no, I have never just sat down and tried a bunch of their donuts before. I usually just grab a glaze and go. Glaze and go! That should be a new marketing strategy. Grab a glaze and go! Hello, you're welcome, Vernon. R.I.P. Why am I laughing? I feel like Vernon Rudolph, was that his name? Was like probably a very interesting person to be around, you know? Just kind of bopping around life. Just stumbled into the company. When I stumbled into that box of donuts, here's my overall conclusion. Should you try an original glazed donut from Krispy Kreme if you've never had it? Yes. It's like a donut I've never had. Oh, yeah. The creme de la creme of their donuts when other places treat it like, just another plain glazed donut. What they originally have done, they do well. And some of the restaurants we've tried on here, White Castle, does not. I didn't realize they were glazing everything. Everything is covered in that glaze. Therefore, if you're going to try it, just get the original, skip everything else. And I don't know about the coffee. I've had a bad experience. I've had a good experience. I have no idea. This was a fluke. He said, we can't do lattes. We can do coffee. We don't have all those flavors. We could just slap in some caramel and mocha. And I'm not going to ask you about the cream and sugar. If that's how I have to order coffee, that's fine. A little confrontation, a little fight, a little back and forth, a little flirting. He said, I can't do that, but I could do nice coffee. I said, that's fine. He said, I'll see you at the window, ma'am. Ma'am! So yeah, that was my experience. Those are my thoughts. What are you gonna do? Imagine they start glazing the boxes. Like the boxes covered in a glaze. The machine's out of control. They're throwing everything. They're throwing the new workers under the glaze machine. Thoughts, comments down below. Please tell me stories, your experiences, what you like. Are you a diehard for the glazed donut? If you found maybe a better glazed donut somewhere else, please explain yourself. Okay, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Go check out my Patreon link down below. Picked up a couple extra items. We're gonna try them over there. Very fun stuff. The little after snaps after the video, trying more items. We can see if they're still glazing everything, even on the Patreon. Thanks for watching. The sugar is kicking in. The sugar is kicking in. Yeah, the sugar is kicking in. Yay. The sugar. I just remembered I have to go feed my friend's dog today. Took 6 bites of a donut and 2 sips of coffee, and I just said, oh my God, suddenly I have responsibilities. They're putting glaze in the coffee. What the hell do they put in these?
Unimpressed. Creamers that you like
Pull back?
creamers? Yeah.
No, go and try an donut in
Looks
their
like it
life.
has pieces of strawberry in it.
Is there shoes in that basket? Oh,
There is.
And a cup? Did someone put that there? Glaze them. We glaze all the donuts and the papa. And we don't have these flavors, but we have these ones too. And you can put anything in the glazer. The glazer. We put it in the glazer.